Can you tell us a bit about Hollow and the story behind it, how you created and the reception?
Yeah, so Hollow is in fact, it's both a tribute and a critique of an artist that is very important to me. I'm talking about Eduardo Chillida. Chillida was a Basque sculptor, famous for his abstract work, in monumental scale, the materiality of his sculptures. In the 1990s, he proposed a very ambitious vision of turning a whole mountain into a sculpture. He wanted to create a vast cubic void inside Mount Tindaya on Fuerteventura on Canary Islands. It was like a huge empty cube that would open up in the corners to let natural light in, and it would form this truly breathtaking space. Almost everybody was against that project. It was criticized first of all for its ecological impact. Culturally, it was also highly controversial because Tindaya is a sacred mountain of indigenous people of Fuerteventura. Economically, because the place, in order to sustain itself, would have to become basically a massive touristic attraction. And even from the artistic point of view, like, who are you to impose your vision on a natural formation that has been there for 20 million years, right? But to me, the beauty of the concept was undeniable, and and the idea of Hollow was to give it a new life. So instead of excavating a sacred mountain, I created multiple randomly generated digital mountains, where the excavation of not of stone but of digital matter for artistic purposes seemed less controversial. And that's what Hollow is about.
Yeah, and no, that's a very interesting story. I like how your collections have, something behind them, inspired by architects, but also stories, right? That kind of happened through history. So this anecdote about, modifying mountain to create a piece of art, seems controversial as you said, but it was a great way. I mean, I think the narrative art medium was the perfect way to bring that to life, right? With Hollow, and there are some, let's call them rarities or differences between each Hollow, right? So I know that one of many of the special ones are those that have these birds, right, flying in the cave.
Yes.
How did you come up with that idea of the birds, and how did you actually, if we talk a little bit more technical, how did you code those? I mean, in a very short manner, how do you code those birds moving and flying? What kind of techniques do you use for that?
So it's I don't know where the idea came from. I think it was like kind of a vision that at some point struck me, that the huge empty space, you have like a flock of birds flying, it would give it a more sense of scale to the piece. It's the way I coded it is basically a flock algorithm. So like, I don't code the paths of each individual birds, but each bird is like an agent, like an element of a system that's basically obeying very simple rules. It's looking at its nearest neighbors, other birds, and tries to align to them, to the direction of their flight, and also keep the distance so that they don't collide. And it has to avoid collision with the walls of this space.